Yeah, awesome. And I think this idea is brilliant.
Yeah, sure.
Because I didn't really know much about 3D tech until I attended your event. And I
Yeah.
mean, it was very visual. It was a visual experience. I could see how 3D tech could be applied to the fashion industry because
Yeah.
I like fashion.
Mm.
Of course, when I learned that, you can actually create these designs even without cutting the fabric already, and then you can show your clients and your investors. I was like, wow, this is a brilliant idea. And then I also saw the music industry as well.
Sure.
The movie industry as well.
Sure.
Which means you don't necessarily need to have all the props.
No.
Once you have a 3D tech designer, the person can help you.
You can get your environment.
Yeah.
Let me talk a little about
that's
the movie industry. Just a little, I think here in Anambra State, I had this idea, if we can be able to get Lagos are already doing it. When it comes to movie industry, I think Enugu State are probably ahead of Anambra. You understand? But we can make Anambra an hub where Lagos would come down here and say, please, we need professionals from your brand, from your hub or whatsoever, to come and design an environment. These are environments that you cannot see, or with this kind of story that you write as a movie writer, as a script writer. The directors already know that you cannot see this environment.
Yeah.
But the director already understands that there are people that can get this environment virtually. And that's where 3D comes in. We talk of creations. If you have a story that involves creations like animals and this and that, and literally you're not getting these creations, you cannot go and get snake. You understand?
Yeah.
But having professionals that can model these creations for you, read these creations, animate it, and then involve it in your movie, in that 3D space. These are things that we do. Green screen productions. Do your thing in your environment, just act your movie within that space. Allow 3D to do its thing. These are things that 3D technology can do. The same thing applies in the movie industry, in the music industry. If you look, if you, I don't know if you're conversant with most of these videos you watch, you ask yourself, this thing doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
If you are someone that are really conversant with videos like, there are movies you watch, there are music you listen, you watch, and you know that this environment does not really exist.
Something like Titanic. Titanic.
Thank you.
Movie, right?
Thank you.
Remember that was like then when I was small, I thought these people went to the sea, went to see and entered and used and went to act there.
This is CGI.
Until I saw the behind the scenes.
Thank you. Yeah. It's CGI. The same thing applies with Avatar.
Okay.
Those characters you saw, I don't know if you've watched the recent Avatar that they released. Those characters you saw was built by a 3D artist. You understand? It was built by a 3D artist. It was sculpted. The way you sculpt with sand and clay. That is how a 3D artist sculpts a character from scratch.
So can we meet you? Just a little about yourself.
Okay, my name is Nwoye Joel Chiemelie. I'm from Anambra State. I've always loved to draw. It has been something that I've been doing quite from while I was young till now. I'm always good at it. And so art has always been something that has been inside of me. You get, and at some point in my life, I felt that I should transgress it into something bigger. Do something unique, something that has never been done, and probably build something out of it. I stumbled upon 3D technology that was 3 years ago. I studied it. I needed to understand if it's something that is connected to my art, if it's something that's connected to creativity, if it's not just something that, if it's something that probably I know that if I do, I'll be able to get something out of it. And I studied about it and did my researches about it, and along the line I found that this is something that I could literally do. I could probably do something that I know that at some point there would be perfect results to tell, stories to tell out of it. Well, I built a brand called Instant 3D Tech Group. Now, before the name, I needed to understand the loopholes here in Anambra State, not just Anambra, but Eastern Nigeria. I needed to compare Lagos to Anambra. I needed to compare the West to the East. I needed to understand what Lagos has that Anambra does not have. Because I believe that if Lagos has this thing, no matter how developed it is, Anambra can have it. The eastern part of Nigeria can have it. And then, that was when I started doing my research about, I started going deep into 3D. I realized that 3D wasn't just about animations. It's something that you literally use in all the industries. And then one day I came down to Onisha main market one certain day, and I asked one of the printers, one of the people that sells printing machine, because there was a guy who studied about 3D printing. I came down here and I asked about if there are availabilities of 3D printing machine, and not even one shop in Onisha has that machine. Not even one shop has that machine, a 3D printing machine, not one. Oka does not have it, so there was no need for that. But Onisha, I felt that if Oka does not have it, Onisha should have it.
That's why the fact that Onisha is believed that Onisha has everything.
Thank you. So I came down to Onisha and I asked several people about. I even showed them pictures, and our people here, they don't know much about it. I started understanding the loopholes. I said, okay, nice one. Now, I said if Onisha does not have 3D printing machine, that means Anambra do not know much about 3D technology. Then I had to go down, at least within Oka. I started going around all the tech hub in Anambra, just within Oka, not really Anambra, within Oka. I went down all the tech hubs and I needed to understand their curriculum, what they are actually offering to the students, or to their students, sorry, as they say, I asked many of them if they're offering 3D technology, and not even one tech hub in Oka or Anambra, not even one has it. They don't offer 3D technology. And I said, okay. I saw the second loophole. I said, okay, nice one, And then I now started doing researches within the Eastern region. What I was trying to do was comparing Lagos to East, to know exactly what these people have that East do not have. I still reached out to tech brands within the Eastern region here in the East, and I still reached out to them. I told them, oh, do you people offer this course and this? And they were like, no. Now here in Oka, you probably would hear courses, skills like web development, app development, UI UX designs and the rest. But the truth of it is, for me, I think there are about 200 people like me that are not really interested in web and app development. So that means there probably might be about 200 people like me that are interested in this 3D, that may be looking for where to probably learn, develop a skill out of 3D, but it's not at their beck and call here in the East, I saw that loopholes and I said, okay, why don't I give it the name Eastern 3D Tech Group? Since West has this and East does not have this, if I should give it my name, it may not really go well, it may not really sell well, but if I should give it Eastern, now because I know I'm representing East, and because I have understood the power of 3D technology and what it's being used for and how it's being used in various industries, I said, okay, let's give it the Eastern 3D Tech Group.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So now that you named it the Eastern 3D Tech Group, does it mean that you're limited to only the East? Like, what if someone from another country or another state needs your services or your training? Would you say no, it's just for Eastern people?
Thank you. The idea is to represent the East.
Okay.
Because Lagos has this thing, East needs to have it. The idea is to make availability of these talents in the East and then attract global communities. So if someone from Zambia or someone from UK or someone from whatever country says they want a game developer from the east, we have them at their beck and call. So it's more like a building a community in the east where we can be able to match, compete with people that at least that would regard us.
Okay.
Probably people think that it's just mainly entertainment.
Yeah, so people think it's mostly entertainment, the entertainment industry that we need 3D. So can you tell us how 3D tech can be applied to other industries?
First of all, I'm a game developer, and I understand that 3D technology is it's a very important tool used in building games.
Okay.
You understand? It's very important. You get it? There are other industries that uses it. The fashion industry uses 3D technology. Outside the East, here in the East, I don't think we even have one fashion industry that uses it. These are very important tools that these bigger industries are using to make money. You just come into a fashion brand and you are telling them you want a design. Now because we already have 3D designers in a room, it's not easier for the client to now go to that room and say, oh, there's something I want, I don't really know how. It gives the designer a certain kind of understanding, a prototype. It now makes the client now understand exactly what he or she wants. That's very, very important. It makes the work easier. Now with that availability of a 3D fashion designer in a fashion brand, it would boost that fashion brand to a level where when an investor comes in and sees that the availability of a 3D designer in that brand, it now makes the investor believe that yes, this brand has everything. Because the world is evolving, and if you're not evolving in the world, that means you're not really. I think there'll be a problem with that.
Okay, I like the fact that you said people in the East are not aware of this technology and it has the capability of giving them money. I think if you can break it down and make them understand that embracing this technology will bring more money for you, I think it's something that they'll embrace. But how has the reception been so far?
There is a lot of money in 3D technology. A lot. Assuming it was just used in one industry, I think I probably would have said there is no money. But because it's used in various industries, it's used in the engineering industry, it's used in the fashion industry, as I mentioned, it's used in the movie industry, it's used in the gaming industry. It's used in the music industry. Now, as a 3D artist, let me put it that way. As a 3D artist, as I am, you come to me and you tell me, oh, you want to build a character for your game. I would charge you as much as in $500 to $1,000. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
As a 3D fashion designer, someone who is a 3D fashion designer can actually work in a gaming company.
Interesting.
As someone who can, develop those designs for the characters.
Okay.
So if you're a fashion designer and you use 3D and you use maybe marvelous design as a tool to build these outfits, someone who has a gaming studio can employ you and tell you, with that skill you have over there, please can you come and work for us and build clothes just for these characters? You understand? And these are money. It's not just one naira. There are lots of money in it. We talk about 3D printing. We talk about 3D architectural design. Currently in Oka, I don't know about Onisha, but currently in Oka, I think lots of people are into this 3D interior visualization. As if you are into interior decoration, you want to connect with your client. You want your client to understand exactly what you are bringing into the table, what you are actually. The client needs to see a prototype. You understand? And as an interior decorator, you need to understand 3D interior visualization for you to be able to convince your client about what you can actually do. Because without it, your client probably would not understand how, we don't have a visual understanding of how he or she wants the work to be done. Lagos and Abuja are already on this phase. They are making lots of money from this phase. There are people that just own an academy just for 3D interior visualization and 3D architectural design just from that phase. People are paying money just from that angle. 3D printing, people are paying a lot of money for it. Now, how do you make money in 3D printing? It's easy. If you have your machine, or if you have about 20 3D printing machine, for instance, and a company that is into drone manufacturing business comes to you and tells you, we already have our design, we've already had our engineers to structure these things, what we need is the cover up or the cover body or whatsoever. That's where the 3D printing comes in. The 3D artist models the body part of that drone, for instance. You should pay the 3D artist for it. Because it is that 3D artist that now knows exactly how he or she is going to design. There'll be a sketch. Definitely there should be a sketch. And that sketch now gives a prototype of how it will now be modeled into 3D form. And then when it's now done, take that, the way you do your printing stuff and the way you write your stuff or you do your stuff on your phone. I think there's how they do it, then you print it out. That's the same way you now model these things. You model it on your computer into 3D. And then you now print it out with that 3D printing machine. You now see that if you have about 20 3D printing machine, it manufactures more than 100 a day. Each can manufacture maybe two or three a day, just drone body parts. You now talk more of how many the company wants, and you make a lot of money from it.
But you've been talking to a lot of people in Anambra State about this innovation. So how has the reception been so far?
Well, first of all, it has not really been easy. You cannot compare Lagos to Anambra State. You understand? You can't compare it. I've not reached out to other eastern regions, but here in Anambra, with the little I know, you cannot compare Anambra to Lagos. But I believe in no distance time, I think Anambra can be like Lagos. Not like I think, I'm certain. Because that same talent that we have here, Lagos has it. The only difference is we are not exposed. But probably in time to come, or if we are exposed, we can actually achieve a lot. The investors here in Anambra, they are more of into, if I'm putting this money here, am I getting it immediately? And that is their thinking. And that is how many of our Igbo brothers here think. You understand? Which is not really easy. You need to find someone that is into that creative understanding, someone that is into that creative space, someone that understands creativity, someone that is in that same like mind that probably may have wanted to do this thing years ago, or maybe the person may have seen that Anambra is this and that, and probably along the line a younger person comes in and wants to do the same thing that he had been trying to do. If that person is well to do and has the money, the person might want to invest. But the truth of it is, here in Anambra State, you need to show something. You need to show something, and you need to keep on doing that thing, because at the end of the day, if you're waiting for investors to come, it will not really work that way. Rather, there should be something that will attract them. Sorry, if you are waiting for you to go and meet, or if you're thinking of going to go and meet an investor without having something to hold on to them, it doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Rather, it should be more of having something that can attract them.
Like something that you build.
The products,
already.
yes.
Okay.
The product that can attract them, and that product will probably make them see reasons to want to invest.
Okay, so speaking of investors, what will it take to make 3D tech work here?
Now, the idea of this, the vision is to make Anambra State the hub for 3D technology, where we'll make availability of all the skills, all the programs, and professionals here in the East, right here in Anambra State. Okay. A very big hub where when you say you're looking for 3D printers, it's available. And hub where you say you're looking for game developers is available. And hub where you say you're looking for CGI in the movie industry, it's available. and hub where you say you're looking for animators, it's available. You understand? And hub where you say you're looking for 3D designers in fashion field, it's available. The idea is to make availability of every programs, every skills, even an academy. You understand?
Yeah.
If that is just the vision, because it would help build a certain kind of, it will help build that creative space. It would change the narrative in Anambra State that we have creators.
But have you been getting any support so far?
So far, not really. I've just been doing it on my own with the help of my manager, Mr. Alvin. You know, he has been there. We've been pushing it. You know, and for now, I would say it's just us doing our thing. But having someone to sponsor projects like this, you know, 3D, we've not really had. We've not had an investor. We've not had anybody. We are just doing it on our own, believing and hoping that someday someone will walk up to us and say, okay, Mr. Joel, how do I come in? How do I invest? What is the guarantee? How do we make money out of it? Because I think the most important thing people should know is how this money is being made in 3D technology. And I would tell you how we can literally make money in 3D technology from this brand. We have 3 ways. One, by academy.
Okay.
If we have an academy where, I think after the event, my event that we hosted at the event we did at Mila Cinema, that was on 27th of July, we had a lot of call from different people saying that they want to learn 3D.
Interesting. So that's some progress.
Yeah, a lot of progress, a lot. They want to learn 3D. Some of them were like, we saw what you did, I'm interested. Some of them were like, I've been anticipating for something like this in Anambra State, but I've not seen. You understand? Others will be like, I'm not really interested in web and app. I'm not saying that web development and app is bad, but there are people who are so creative that they want something unique. They want something that connects with their creativity. You understand? Young boys and girls. Even as of today, while I was coming here, a girl reached out to me and she was saying she wants to connect the brother to me and all that.
So which means the academy is set now.
If we have that
they
academy,
have the students already.
we have the student, but if we have that academy, I'm gradually breaking down how money comes in.
Okay.
You understand? With that academy, you can generate a lot of money with that academy. Because when one student comes and you're able to teach that student exactly what he or she wants, that student will go out there and bring more. I don't know if you're getting me. That student will go out there and bring more. And if probably one day one of that student probably builds something that generates or that will come into the spotlight, that student will say, it was the courtesy of Eastern 3D. I don't know if you're getting me.
Yeah.
You get? So the academy has more momentum to generate money. That is one. Then 2, the services we provide for our clients. If we have that core and people from other countries or within this region comes and say, we saw what you did, I don't know, we want to build our game, so we want to build our animations, we want to do animations, we want to do product designs, we want to do 3D printings and all that. We have services, not numerous services to offer in anything you want that has to do with 3D. And that is money, a lot of money. You understand? Because you cannot, you that say you want to build a game, if you understand how much to build a game, I'm giving that for an instance, you understand? It's millions. Because the person building the game, or the person that wants the game, knows exactly where he or she wants to put it, that would amount that much money compared to what he or she used in building that game. I don't know if you're getting me. Yeah. Now, we have product designs. There are so many industries that are commercial industries that probably wants their products to be advertised. And 3D comes in 3D animation. There are so many. We have manufacturing industries that wants to manufacture something and they want a company that can actually, produce this product in 3D, and they can pay a lot of money for it. You understand? A lot of money. We have, like I mentioned it earlier about drones. You know, if we probably understand the power of 3D technology, we can be building drones here in Anambra State. If we understand what that thing is, we can be building drones and robotics.
Okay, now the third way you can actually make money from 3D, or the third way is that we can actually make money from our brand, which is the Eastern 3D Tech Group. Now, there's what we call digital products. These are like ways people make money trading from 3D. One of the bigger ways, you understand. There's what we call digital products. There's currently a game that we are building. It's called Burkina Faso. You understand? We are currently developing that game. It's all about what Burkina Faso has been passing through. You understand? Likes of Thomas Sankara and Ibrahim Traore. So we are currently building a storyline for that about that game. Now, let me now put it through. That's a digital product. We needed to understand our target audience. We needed to attract African. And we know that Nigerians alone are gamers. But we felt that if only Nigerians should play this game, they won't really connect more. We might not really get that international recognition we want, at least within Africa. Now we understand emotions. So that's like the key thing we use in connecting people, emotions. Emotions is powerful that you can use it to make money.
Sure.
So we now knew that if we set up a story about this game called Burkina Faso, and we connect to that Sahel countries alliance, which is not only Burkina Faso, we also have Sahel, we also have Mali, we also have Niger. I think the coups that happened how many years ago, if we're able to like bring them into the gaming version or into the gaming world, where we can tell the exact same story that had happened in the previous and the past and then the current one, and with what is still happening, we can use that as an update for our more advanced games, that will be our more advanced missions that will be putting in. You know, if we can be able to attract Nigerians, attract Burkina Faso, attract Mali, attract Niger, you can be able to attract the international communities like France, Russia. You know why? Because Russia supports these countries.
Okay.
But France, that colonized them, do not support them because of the coup that had happened. So you see, everything is now centered on emotions. Pull out the games there, and a lot of gamers, people will play it. So we are not just having one mobile. We are not just having gamers from Nigerians, but we're having gamers from at least within Africa and international. Just only Nigeria can generate as a digital product, just under game development. I'm not talking about animations. I'm not talking about CGI, because we also have we also have digital products in the movie industry. You understand? You get digital products also. We also have software development also in digital products, where you have your own products as someone that is into VFX. And we have people that had built lots of VFX features and all that. That's digital products. And there are softwares you use in building this VFX. And you put it out there. Lots of movies industries will go there, download, and you're already making money. The fact that are downloading it, the fact that are using it, your digital products, you're already making money. That same thing applies to now the gaming industry. Now the fact that the players are playing our games, just like Call of Duty and the rest. The fact that I'm playing that game called Burkina Faso, we are generating money, a lot of money. Because if you check the statistics of Call of Duty, in over a year, they generated about $450 million, sorry. That's the annual revenue. That's what they generated. You probably now talk of how much Burkina Faso can generate if that game should be launched. So, like I mentioned earlier, there are 3 ways the brand can generate money. 1, by academy. 2, by rendering services to clients. Lots of people will be coming. People want your services, so you'll be rendering service. You understand? And 3, by marketing your digital products. Either you are selling that digital products to a company that will buy it from you, or you are now marketing it, or you are partnering with influencers or other bigger companies to now sell that product for you, where they now have their fair shares. So these are 3 ways lots of money can be generated. And big money, a lot of money.
I believe you, and it sounds great to me because I also want a lot of money.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's
sure.
how I'll be working hand in hand with you.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you go. So that we'll make this money together.
Oh, sure, definitely.
Yes.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
finally,
Yeah.
what kind of partnerships are you looking to secure? What kind of partnerships do you want right now?
Okay, well, there's something I said previously. I said the idea is to attract. So it doesn't really matter the environment where you are or whatsoever you're doing in that environment. It for me, it doesn't really matter. What matters more is who are you attracting? You understand? So you need to set up that story to connect to whoever you're attracting. If it's the foreign communities, if it's African, if it's Nigerian as a whole. You understand? Now, if I'm to partner with brands, I'd rather want to partner with foreign brands. But you cannot get there without connecting more within the local brands here in Nigerians and Africa as a whole. So I'd want to partner with Orange VFX. It's a very big studio in Lagos.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to partner with them. I would want to partner with Don Jazzy.
Okay.
Yeah, I would want to partner with Don Jazzy because there was an idea that came up. It's just within me and my colleague about building a game for him that is connected to his brand. It's called Marvin Star, where you have every artist, past and present, in that gaming world, and you can actually pick Rema as your best character. You can pick Arista as your best character. You can pick Don Jazzy as your best character, and then you can use those characters to do whatsoever the game has instructed you to do. But it's more of a music game, not really more of an action game. So that is where psychology comes in. That is where music comes in. You understand? Because it has never been done. You understand? So I was like, if I'm able to build a thriller for that particular game called Marvin's Star, The Rise of, I think I've forgotten, The Rise of the Stars, Rise to Fame, sorry. That is subtitle. It's called Marvin's Star, Rise to Fame.
And I think it's a brilliant idea, very brilliant idea. I doubt if anyone else has come up with this idea. So I think it would be nice for you to actually have a meeting with him and let him know what.
Sure. We want to work on the trailer first because it's easier to show them. So it's easier. You just cannot come to an investor and you want to tell an investor you have an idea in your head. It is in your head. It's not executed. But then the investor wants to see that digital product that we mentioned. If that digital product is available, which is the trailer, and then if we have someone to now explain the concept of how this game can generate money, Don Jazzy is already a big name. Marvin's Record is already a big name. So it's now easier for him to sell the game more than we that will beat the game. You understand? Because if he puts out the game there, we have people that are fans of Rema, we have people that are fans of Aristas that will go there, we play that game. Like I said, it's not really an action game. It's a game of music.
Oh, interesting.
It's game of music. So that's where we've worked with professional music writers and storytellers. They come together and we're able to set up just a short trailer. And we put it out there as a product and we tell Don Jazzy this is what we want to do. Look at the bigger picture. And this is the people that can build this game, because we already on this, we know the structure of how we are going to build it. You understand?
Yeah.
And I believe if we are done with the product and he sees it, Don Jazzy can give us a lot of money
Absolutely.
to build this game. You now see that we've now rendered services.
Yeah, sure. Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. It's
Yeah.
been nice having you here.
Thank
I
you.
wish you all the best, and I look
Thank
forward to the experts you'll be making here in Southeast Nigeria.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to 3D technology.
Thank
Thank you so
you.
much for coming.
Yeah. Thank